You're watching ABC 7 News at 5:30.
Welcome back. It happened in the blink of an eye and was caught on camera. Donations to help veterans in need stolen before anyone could react.
But this robbery story has a happy ending. ABC 7's Taylor Torregano is live in front of the Publix on Fruitville Road where that theft happened. Taylor?
Good evening, Jacqueline. Scott, a volunteer from Veterans Outreach was sitting just right there in front of the Publix holding a fundraiser to raise money for local vets. But what would happen next was the last thing he'd expect. A crime of opportunity, and you can see in this surveillance video just how quickly it can happen. Did you catch that? The volunteer collecting donations for Veterans Outreach looked down for just a second when a man coming out of the grocery store grabs the box and makes a run for it. Today, the Veterans Outreach Florida Regional Manager watched this video for the first time.
Angry. And that money was to go to help veterans, not us. And it ended up in the wrong pocket.
The $240 ended up in this Sarasota man's pocket, but not for long. 2 hours later, Manatee County Sheriff's deputies found and arrested 34-year-old Byron Wyatt in Bradenton. And Thursday, in addition to putting Wyatt behind bars, Sarasota County Sheriff Tom Knight was able to do one better.
Our hopes is this check for $500 helps offset that cost out there that day for a little bit of help, and of course the hope that there's other people out there that may see this that will support your cause.
$500 of the sheriff's office unclaimed cash with hopes that the nonprofit organization finds a good use for it.
That could pay somebody's rent, will certainly pay a utility bill or water bill, that sort of thing. I'm constantly on the phone.
But wherever it goes, Graham says it will be used to help a vet.
Altogether, in the country, in the 5 states that we're in, we probably help in excess of 2,000 veterans a year.
Now, this suspect led deputies on a chase before he was caught. So in addition to this petty theft, he's also charged with fleeing, possession, and DUI. Today, he remains in custody with the Manatee County Sheriff's Office. I'm reporting live just outside of Publix. Taylor Torregano, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Taylor, thank you. A follow-up now to a story we told you about yesterday. A Sarasota man is now behind bars after sheriff's deputies say he fired multiple shots out of his Siesta Key home. Deputies responded to the call on Contento Street yesterday afternoon. They say Thomas Dudenhofer fired between 10 and 15 rounds from his handgun and at least 3 bullets went through the windows of his home. He blamed the crime on hallucinations. Thankfully, no one was hurt.
Construction will close a busy interstate ramp in Manatee County. The map here shows where construction will be happening for the next 10 months. Northbound I-75 to southbound I-275, and then I-275 to US 41 exit will be closed to drivers. The Florida Department of Transportation will be replacing the concrete bridge deck. Transportation officials say it's been 20 to 30 years since any work has been done to it. Drivers should expect the ramp to be closed once construction begins on July 29th.
Well, let's head over to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan for a look at our first alert forecast on this Thursday evening. Bob?
Yeah, a big volleyball tournament taking place on Siesta Key throughout the next several days, and they're going to have to dodge some showers like they've done today. You can see them kind of rolling in occasionally, not all out rain for a long period of time, but they move through pretty quickly again, and you can see the wave height's a little higher, and that's a result of a low pressure area developing over the southeast United States. This low will track right along the Mid-Atlantic coast states over the next couple of days up to the northeast. You can see that frontal boundary. It's pretty much stationary now. The rotation already starting to start there across parts of South Georgia tonight. That's where the heaviest rain has been by far, all the way up into South Carolina. We are looking at this humid condition, this humid west wind continuing throughout the day on Friday with pretty much similar conditions that we saw today. Periods of showers followed by partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies, and the showers could come at any time during the day. More specifically for us here along the coast, let's say after 3 o'clock in the morning they'll start to develop, and then periodically moving through up until about 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, with the heaviest shower activity now centered well east of the state and to the north of us. Not much going on right now. A little lull, and we had some rain near Northport, a brief shower there. The good news is the storms haven't been all that strong, and there's nothing really to cause them to get higher into the atmosphere as a result of any kind of convergence taking place. But this one just popped up within the last half hour, just about 30 miles offshore of Longboat Key. Another one still hanging on in Sarasota Bay, a very light rain shower there. But look at all this moisture out there, and you can see a classic-looking low-pressure area developing with a trailing line of showers and storms. And this is going to be around Friday, so look for scattered showers, a few thunderstorms to disrupt your day. And then we'll see, I think, a better chance for rain, and some of that could be heavier on Sunday now. Saturday looks to be the better of the 2 days. Even that has a chance for a few showers. Boy, the heat index dropped off to about 92, 93, and now it's back up to 97 just because of a little bit more sunshine pop up at the airport. And winds are calm. The pressure lower than it has been, 29.88 inches. Well, more in this low pressure area, and we'll take a look at the record-breaking heat across the country coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. Voters in Sarasota County may soon get to decide whether or not to shake up how county commissioners are elected. ABC 7's Alan Cohn joins us now with what's coming up tonight on ABC 7 at 7.
Jacqueline, so here's the question. If you live in Venice, how much do you really care about Newtown? Right now, unlike other Florida counties where you could run for county commission, you run countywide. The Sarasota Alliance for Fair Elections wants to change that. The organization wants to see single-member voting, which means voters could only vote for the candidate that is being elected to serve and represent their district. Essentially, instead of voting for 5 county commissioners, each resident would be able to vote for 1.
Single-member districts are used all over the country, and they're used in the largest counties in Florida, and we're one of them. We're one of the larger counties right now.
Coming up tonight at 7, you'll hear from both sides on this issue, which may change the way we vote for county commission. Back to you.
All right, thank you. We'll see you then, Alan. Well, you may have the chance to meet all of the school board candidates in the same room at the same time. All 8 candidates for the Sarasota County School Board are invited to a forum next month at Selby Library. The League of Women Voters is hosting the August 6th forum, which is open to the public and starts at 5 p.m.
The Sarasota County Supervisor of Elections has an important reminder for voters. The deadline to register or change your party affiliation for the upcoming primary election is coming up on Monday, July 30th. Applications must be signed and returned in person or postmarked by the July 30th deadline. You can also apply online or through any driver license or tax collector's office. An update now on the progress being made on that new public library being built in Venice. Sarasota County is replacing the old library on Nokomis Avenue with a new building. Construction on the William H. Jervey Jr. Venice Public Library began last November. Crews have completed all the foundation work, and the building should be complete this fall. The county says it will open soon after that. Still to come in your Suncoast News, when it comes to losing or maintaining a healthy weight, there can be several metrics to track. We'll tell you which numbers really matter.
Plus, why the FDA is cracking down on non-dairy products that are labeled as milk. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Like no other. So why should your choices be ordinary? Ghibli, the absolute opposite of ordinary.
Experience it at Sunset Maserati, Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
My life motto is keep moving. And as hard as it was when my husband passed away, I knew I had to keep doing what I love. Oops, coming. But I needed help with my insurance, and that's what the NAIC provides. They have resources to help you and your family make the best decision, and they'll help you to keep moving forward, just like me.
Northland Outdoors is about so much more than the biggest fish or the hottest hunting spots. All across the Northland, there are amazing people with incredible stories to tell. We're going to find those stories and share them with everyone. Join us each and every week as we explore the Northland and experience some of the most exciting outdoor adventures in the country right here in our own backyard. This is Northland Outdoors.
Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Impreza is an IIHS top safety pick for 11 years running. Lease a new Subaru Impreza today for just $155 a month. Or get 0% financing with zero down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
The skills you develop as a soldier in the Army National Guard can give you a head start on your career. Gain practical experience with technology and equipment that will give you a leg up in the civilian world. Learn critical leadership skills and to be part of a team. Serve your community and your country part-time while earning money for an education. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn about the paid training and career opportunities available to you in the Army National Guard.
Thanks to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, what was once impossible is happening today for thousands of patients with blood cancer.
I live.
I live. I live. I live.
I live.
She lives.
Because of the research done by the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society in the battle against blood cancer.
If you had a chance to support the research that is saving lives, what would you do?
Well, stop checking the scale. The number of pounds you see on there isn't the end-all and be-all of how healthy you really are. Reed Binion tells us the numbers we should be paying attention to instead.
When it comes to losing or maintaining a healthy weight, there can be several metrics to track. The number on the scale, your BMI, the number of calories you consume, even the number on the tag inside your jeans. But you might be ignoring the numbers that really count. In a Washington Post article, registered dietitian Cara Rosenblum wrote that these are the numbers that she and her fellow dietitians really care about. Half your plate. Instead of counting calories, use the simple plate model. Fill half your plate with veggies and some fruit, 1/4 with protein, and the other quarter with whole grains. 25 to 35 grams. This number range represents how much fiber you should be consuming each day to help you fight cancers, lower blood sugars, and help you feel full. 7 to 8 hours. That's how much sleep you should get each night. 150 minutes. Recommended amount of physical activity each week. Get tested to find your fasting glucose level. Anything over 100 means you could be pre-diabetic. 120 over 80. That's normal blood pressure level. Stay on top of these numbers and your overall health. Make sure to get regular checkups from your doctor. For today's Health Minute, I'm Reed Binion.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Lakewood Ranch webcam showing occasionally some clouds moving through and a few brief showers. They've had just a couple here and there moving on through. Right now, there appears to be some isolated activity still developing in South Sarasota County and to the east of Lakewood Ranch, pushing to the east at 10 to 15 miles an hour. So look for similar conditions again on Friday. Things aren't changing much, but this low pressure will eventually get out of here on late Friday, Saturday. A little drier air will move in, a little drier conditions at least, not drier air. We'll still see that westerly flow, but we'll just be on the cusp. As the thing takes off, the frontal boundary will move a little bit further north, but then we're going to have a little piece of energy come down along that front and move overhead, and that will bring us a much better chance for showers and storms on Sunday. That rain chance is bouncing back up there to 60%. Right now, I mentioned the light rain still kind of popping up here and there in the Gulf of Mexico, a steady stretch of it, but is widely scattered out there. It's not all concentrated. That's good news. Some showers now starting to pop just to the east of Northport, heading to the northeast, and there was some rain near Warm Mineral Springs just about 10 minutes ago. This is the kind of situation that if you're getting rain now, in about 15-20 minutes from now, you're not going to have any around there. And this one just again developed south of Longboat Key, right in Sarasota Bay, heading toward the northeast right now, near the airport and John Ringling. We are looking at water vapor. The moisture is in place. It's kind of pushed and taking that dry air down south of us now. That dry air will make a little comeback on Saturday as this low pressure tracks off to the northeast, and you'll see that in the models here. There's the little spin up. This is Friday at 12:30, just after midnight tonight, and then we'll move it along the South Carolina coast just around sunrise tomorrow. Eventually it clears out of there by late Friday and into Saturday. It could become a pretty big storm off the coast of New Jersey there over the weekend. You see that trailing line, it's always going to leave a little trough of low pressure behind. And on that trough, we'll see a little break here on Saturday, as I mentioned, but then we'll see a little piece of energy moving along that on Sunday, which will really enhance our storms, I think. Sunday appears to be a fairly wet day at times, not the entire day. But 90 degrees, the high today, right at the average. The low is pretty close to it as well at 76. And speaking of hot, it's really hot in Texas. It's a dry heat, though. It's not the warm heat, moist heat. 106 right now. They had a high of 108 degrees there today. That set a record for this date. 102 in Phoenix. It's 97 all the way up into Denver. A bit cooler over the Great Lakes and Northeast due to that trough of low pressure, which has made its way down into the southeast United States. Highs tomorrow, topping near record highs again over Texas into Dallas. 87, the nation's capital. 79 in Boston. And 96 in Denver. Albuquerque will see a pretty hot day tomorrow, too, at 96 degrees. Well, we have this low pressure moving through Minnesota and the trailing cold front bringing some severe weather and potential for tornadoes into southeast Iowa tonight. And you can see all of our action along that frontal boundary down to the south. We are watching fire danger in Washington, Oregon, also into Montana and Wyoming there. We have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect across much of southwest Missouri into Kansas City, and tornado watches in effect for Iowa right now. We already had reported tornadoes in there in parts of Iowa. Southwest winds tomorrow, a little bit stronger than they have been too, so boaters beware. Seas will be running 2 to 3 feet, and that's simply because of the pressure gradient tightening up a bit due to that area of low pressure developing to the north of us and the high to the southwest of us. A moderate chop on the bays and inland waters. Water temperature about as warm as it gets, 88 degrees. We've seen it at 90 a few times. Again, UV index will be at 10 tomorrow with passing showers moving by, occasional thunderstorm as well. Rain chance staying elevated on Friday. Bring it back down to about a 30% chance. There'll still be a few on Saturday. They'll be the same kind too, moving in from the Gulf, and then 60% chance for showers and a few thunderstorms. Could get a little stronger. I think by Tuesday of next week, we should be getting back into the afternoon and evening variety of storms, which will have a tendency to cool us off in the evening. It's been so warm and muggy during the evening hours. It's been pretty hard to take out there. Back to you.
Certainly has. Well, thank you so much, Bob. Time now to check your first alert traffic for the drive home. An update on that crash on I-75 in Venice. The northbound lanes are still blocked from exit 193, which is Jacaranda Boulevard, and exit 195 at Laurel Road. Scott?
Disney scores a big Hollywood win. Comcast announcing today it will drop its fight with Disney over acquiring 21st Century Fox assets. Now, Comcast had bid $65 billion for Fox's movie studio, regional sports networks, and cable channels like FX and National Geographic. Disney's most recent bid was $71 billion, but the battle with Disney isn't quite over yet. Comcast said it will still pursue its bid for British broadcaster Sky, which Disney is also trying to buy through Fox.
A lot of people seem to be having second thoughts about buying the new Model 3 Tesla. An analyst says cancellations for Tesla's new mass market model have recently picked up, saying about 1 in every 4 orders has been canceled in recent weeks. The analyst says refunds now outpace deposits for the car. Tesla disputes the claim, saying that the wait times cited by that analyst are outdated. The company's website currently lists wait times at 6 to 9 months.
Salmonella concerns prompting a bread recall across several southern states, including Florida. The recalled rolls are under the brand names Market Square and Great Value. Consumers should also look for Captain John Durst old-fashioned bread and avoid eating the products. Instead, return them to the store for a full refund. No illnesses, though, have been reported in connection with this recall.
The FDA is cracking down on non-dairy products calling themselves milk. New guidelines would prohibit products made from soy, almonds, and other plant-based sources from calling themselves milk because they don't actually contain lactose. Sales of alternative milk products have grown more than 60% over the past 5 years. The move would be a major boost for dairy groups who have petitioned the FDA to enforce standards across the industry. The FDA says that transition process will probably take about a year.
It's going to be called what?
Soy?
White water? I don't know. Entertainment news is next.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system can make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now SoClean.com has released the world's first and only automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. With its patented design, SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs. Try SoClean now through this special TV offer free for 30 days. Just call 800-604-0398.
My health has improved. It's simple to use, and I'm not worried about infections.
SoClean works on all CPAP machines and popular masks, destroying CPAP bacteria, viruses, and germs without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and in just minutes, voila! Sanitized and ready to use. Try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited time offer. Call now, 800-604-0398. Or visit SoClean.com today.
I used to dread getting up and going to work.
I was done with the corporate grind.
I was tired of being a starving artist.
And I started looking around for a business that I believed in, and I kind of wanted to do something a little more green.
My SCORE mentor helped me take the first step.
He helped me create a business plan and helped me implement it.
They've really taught me how to think big.
SCORE helped me to make the unimaginable possible, all for free. I'm here because of SCORE.
I'm here because of SCORE.
Get your free business mentor at SCORE.org.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, and you're struggling to pay your bills while your case is dragging on, that's where Oasis Financial comes in. Only Oasis has Oasis Express Cash that can get you from $500 to $25,000 in as little as 24 hours, faster than anyone else. There's no risk and no out-of-pocket cost.
It was so simple. I made one phone call. Oasis was able to give me the money within 24 hours.
To pay for my electric bill, my rent, and my groceries for my children.
And even if you end up losing your case, Oasis lets you keep the money, so there's absolutely no risk to you. You don't have to worry about repaying Oasis.
If I had lost my case, then I wouldn't be responsible for paying the money back. And that was a blessing.
Oasis, they killed it, man. They helped me out. They gave me my life back.
See how much money you can get before your case settles. Call Oasis Financial, because life moves faster than your case. 1-800-874-8185. 1-800-874-8185.
Hi, I'm Janelle Hale, founder and CEO of the National Breast Cancer Foundation. No one should face breast cancer alone. When I was diagnosed 36 years ago, there was no internet, and I had to make a decision with little information. Early detection saved my life. It could save yours too. To learn what every woman needs to know about breast cancer, visit nbcf.org/hope.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Now to the powerful night at the ESPY Awards, honoring the best and brightest athletes and shining a light on true heroes.
Like the gymnast who stood up to disgraced Dr. Larry Nassar and the Parkland coaches who sacrificed their lives for their students. ABC's TJ Holmes has a recap of the ESPY Awards.
Stellar athletes joined forces for an emotional moment many at these ESPYs won't soon forget.
We may suffer alone, but we survive together.
Gold medal Olympic gymnast Aly Raisman leading a group of over 100 young athletes who have spoken out about the sexual abuse they suffered under the care of former Michigan State and USA Gymnastics doctor Larry Nassar.
Whether you act or do nothing, you are shaping the world that we live in, impacting others. All we needed was one adult to have the integrity to stand between us and Larry Nassar.
The group received the Arthur Ashe Courage Award. Danica Patrick made history as the first ever female ESPY host.
I'd make a joke about the U.S. soccer team, but they didn't qualify for this monologue.
While Chloe Kim took home the ESPY for Best Female Athlete,
Thank you so much.
but it was the show's emotional moments that packed the biggest punch. The Coach of the Year award went to Scott Beagle, Aaron Feist, and Chris Hickson, 3 Marjorie Stoneman Douglas coaches who were killed in the mass shooting in Parkland, Florida. Their families, along with a fellow coach, accepted the award on their behalf.
Scott,
Aaron and Chris were heroes, and they were coaches, but they were also husbands, fathers, and sons.
Well, Sir Tom Jones is apologizing to fans for canceling 2 concerts due to illness. The singer is being treated in a hospital for a bacterial infection and pulled out of a performance in the UK on Wednesday. He has also canceled a planned show for tonight. Jones tweeted, "I know many of you travel considerable distances and make plans with friends and family that take a lot of effort, and it is so disappointing when things don't go right."
Bruce Springsteen, the boss, propped himself on top of Billy Joel's piano to sing a duet with the Piano Man, who was celebrating his 100th concert at Madison Square Garden last night. Joel told the energetic crowd he had a guest coming on stage who has won a Grammy, Oscar, and a Tony. Springsteen emerged, surprising the fanatic audience, who loudly cheered Bruce. The two hugged, and after their 2-song performance, the boss kissed Joel on his head as he walked off stage.
The Brady Bunch house is up for sale. You remember that house. The split-level home in North Hollywood was used for all of the outside images of the Brady's iconic family residence. Interior scenes were also filmed in a studio. The listing agent says that home has been updated and upgraded over the years, but still has the interior decor from the early 70s. The Brady Bunch house is one of the most photographed houses in the country. It pulls in 30 to 50 visitors a day and even has its own Yelp page. It can be yours for nearly $2 million. Man, I loved that show as a kid.
I did too.
That was a good one.
You know, he was an architect.
Right.
They had 6 kids, but only 2 bedrooms for the kids.
That never really made much sense, did it?
I'm sure it has more than 3 bedrooms, but we'll find out.
For $2 million, I hope so, yeah. Well, stay with us. We'll be right back with more news and weather.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
You want a Maserati, but you need an SUV. Why not have both? Levante, the Maserati of SUVs.
Experience it at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
When ABC7 declares a first alert weather day, it means we can expect major changes to weather conditions here along the Sun Coast.
It means there could be severe, potentially dangerous weather ahead.
We tell you when a first alert weather day is coming because we want you to be prepared.
A first alert weather day is an advance warning. We'll let you know about any changes in the weather when the first signs appear.
ABC7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you.
Every time you purchase a fishing license or register your boat, you're helping to preserve our nation's coastlines, lakes, rivers, and streams, protecting memories for generations to come. Learn how your participation in boating and fishing can help the environment at takemefishing.org/conservation.
Every week on Animal Outtakes, it's a new animal adventure. And this week, we're taking a look back at some of our favorite stories. A hospital dedicated strictly to helping sea turtles, how this facility is making a difference. And you won't find this species of owl up in a tree. He's a burrowing owl, and he digs tunnels underground. Join us this week on ABC7.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Get breaking news alerts focused on the Sun Coast. Download the ABC7 News app.